And I had this zone, and I said, look, this area, it's really critical because if we can hold it, we can bounce a little higher, retest, whatnot. But if we lose this, after the if we lose this after the counter trend, then we only have a couple of places to stop. And I said, there's 109 area. The next day was along 103, there's 250. And sure enough, we were just, slowly starting to make lower lows. And then today, obviously, we just gave it all up and came right down to the level that we talked about. And I told you guys I will catch it. So there it is. And the fact is, we did have a decent move down, and that could end up becoming some kind of a flush. And the idea last week, remember, I was struggling to see if we made a new low between this low and that low. So the idea is, I was looking for that to be taken out as a flush. If you guys really look at the eyes, you can see where my solid line goes to 105, 217. And you can see the body today's open, right there. And you can see the tail end dipping down into the 103 zone, and then we reversed, right? So that's what I was talking about. So we came down to support. Now we might, I think we have done enough in price. And I think what's up next is a test of these highs. We're going to run back up and test this 111, 112 level. Of course, I have to say, as long as the 103, 250 level is holding, right? I would expect it to run up a little bit and test the highs. And that seems to be how Bitcoin runs. It rarely drops a lot. It's like a controlled demolition, right? So anyway, I'm looking for a little bit of a bounce to retest these, because now we have quite a bit of overhead. Remember, we got below all of these levels. We had these old highs, the 109 level, then we had these highs, then we got on top of it. We have these lows, and now as we're speaking, we're below the lows we made in August, right? So we have overhead. Can't say we don't. So so let me draw a little trend line. So let's see what we do. I'm expecting it to at least go up and test up in there for now. And yeah, I think that's enough. That's all I have I think you're going to cover Bitcoin anyway. You got the weekly charts and everything, right?
So, yeah, we'll look at weekly, monthly.
Great. All right, let's go on to the dollar. The dollar, I talked about a couple of key levels on, we talked about bonds. 1 second. The key level that we were straddling, and here, I think we have a similar thing happening. We have 99.50, and you can see, basically once we got under, we've been below that this entire time, last few months, right? And with support coming in at the half square. And so, buying it down here has been really good, and selling it up along here has been just as great, because we're stuck in this range till we break out. So I would say that if you guys want a good sign of the dollar really moving higher, we really want to settle above this 99.50. I think that's the key. Once we settle above that, I think even the full square 101.70, I think, is it? Sorry, 101.10. If we can getting above that, wouldn't be a big problem. I think the big number to watch now is 99.50.